Guys, I did justice with this oha soup. Hi guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make oha soup from scratch. If you have ever wanted to learn how to make delicious oha soup, this is the video for you. Start off by seasoning your stock. I'm also boiling the stockfish alongside the meat because this stockfish is really hard. Sometimes I even have to soak it in water for a few minutes or a few hours before I start cooking actually. But today I didn't get to do that. So I started boiling it as soon as I put the meat in the fire. So I put in the stockfish and the meat and got it to cook for about 30 minutes because I really needed the meat to be tender. And for some weird reason, this meat refused to cook. On the other side of the pot, we have the cocoyam cooking on that side. I had to check on it and the cocoyam was already cooked. I had to use knife to check to be sure that it was properly cooked and time to get it blended. I do not have a mortar, so I always use my blender to blend anything. So I put it in the blender and I blend all of them. The good thing about using your blender to blend your cocoyam is that you're not going to lose anyone, whether it is soft or hard. The blender will just mash everything together and you will have access to your cocoyam. And now cocoyam is so expensive. One cocoyam, ofunkporo in Igbo language, one cocoyam is now 250 naira. I'm like, how? So I had to make sure that I use every piece of it, and even had leftover that I kept in the fridge for another set to use later for another type of soup. So after blending the cocoyam, I went on to peel the oha leaf. Now I did this when off camera, so maybe when I'm cooking a hot soup next time, I'll give you guys a detailed video on how to peel your oha. So we went on to check on the meat and it was ready. When I check on the meat and it was ready, I went in with my red oil. I do not want to have too much red oil in this soup, but at the end of the day, I felt like it came out a lot because this red oil is original. So I added red oil and then I went in with blended cocoyam. If you notice, you see how smooth my cocoyam is. There is no seed. It's just a very smooth paste. And I use this method to blend my yam for my white soup. Anything I want to blend actually that involves thickener for my soup, I use my blender to do it. So, and I don't have issues with it. So I cover it and allow it to boil for about 5 to 7 minutes. Open up the pot and give it a good stir. At this point, the cocoyam has loosened up a bit in the pot and it's a good thickener for our soup. This cocoyam is the thickener for this soup. And at this point, our soup was already 50 or let me say 60% ready. Because once your cocoyam does not have any seed, you are halfway to winning the election in this one. So I made sure that I spiced this meat very well. I forgot to mention that earlier. I spiced the meat very well. I had black pepper, um, dry pepper. I used dry pepper, sorry. I had black pepper, dry pepper, onions when I was seasoning the meat, every other seasoning that you need, your salt and your Maggi. So I went on to give it a good stir and then let it cook for a few minutes. If you notice, everything happening in this video is fast paced, but in reality, you have to actually give your soup time to cook and boil. Next, I'm going in with the ogiri. Now, this ogiri is the original one. If you do not like to eat ogiri or add ogiri to your soup, I don't know how to encourage you because I did not used to like it. But over time, I got to use it and I cooked without ogiri and I cooked with ogiri and I know the difference. And when I cook at times when I was in school, I'll cook and my food will not be tasting like my mom's food or my aunt's food. And I'm like, what is the difference between why does the food I eat at home taste so different from the one that I cook for myself? So I said, okay, when I go home, I have to pay attention. And I saw that step by step, I learned how the soup was made. And ogiri was something that was never missed whenever local soups were being made. So you see ogiri, you see okwe, they are like the local ingredients that we have, though they can be smelly sometimes, but you know, secret ingredients is secret ingredients, so you have to use it. So more I went on to add more dry pepper because the soup needed more pepper to taste. I tested for salt and honestly guys, this soup is cooked. This is it. This is the secret to having a pot of well-made oha soup. I went in with the oha, sprinkled it. For some reason I felt like the oha I had was not enough because I like my soup filled with vegetable. I like to take a scoop of the soup and veggies everywhere, veggies everywhere. But it still turned out very, very great. Mind you, when you put your vegetable in your soup, you don't want to give it a stir immediately. You want to cover it and allow the heat from the pot of soup to cook the vegetable before you stir the oha. My mom taught me that if you stir your oha immediately you put it inside the pot of soup, you're likely going to have your oha bitter. So if you've ever eaten an oha soup that it was giving you bitter taste, there's a likelihood that it was turned immediately it was put into the pot. Don't ask me where all of this thinking from. If you heard me right, I said my mom said. So it's a tradition that has been passed down. So I went on to pair the oha soup with Gary. This white Gary was so good. It looks like fufu when you make it. And time for our Oga to give us a score, a grade the food, how it came out, if it was nice or not. Trust him to always agree with me. And that's how you make a pot of delicious oha soup. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and tell me in the comment section if you're going to be trying out this recipe. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. See you in our next video. Bye.